This is your Hdsr Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Victor Valley College women's basketball coach Troy Hall and 8 members of his conference co-champions, Lady Rams, receive all Inland Empire Athletic Conference honors. The Lady Rams drew a first-round bye in the California Community College playoffs and will host the Long Beach City Cuesta winner. Here are VVC's all-conference representatives. Victor Valley College Lady Rams coach Troy Hall is Inland Empire Athletic Conference Coach of the Year. 8 Lady Rams receive all-conference recognition, led by first-team selections Ebony Black-Smith and Caroline Ellison. Player of the Year candidate Ebony Black-Smith led the conference in scoring, blocked shots, and steals, and was second in the conference in rebounds behind teammate Tania Johnson. The 6'2" sophomore and former Silverado Lady Hawk averaged a double-double in conference play, 20 points, and an even 11 rebounds a game. Ebony Black-Smith is also named to the Community College All-State team. Caroline Ellison averaged 10 points and just under 4 assists a game, earning first-team All-Conference honors. The 5'9" freshman personifies consistency and composure under pressure, shooting 52% from the floor and 70% from the free throw line. Caroline Ellison played her high school ball at Oak Hills. Aaliyah Wright is a repeat all-conference selection, one of 3 Lady Rams receiving second-team honors. At 6'1", the Lady Rams assists leader averaged 11 points a game in conference play. She scored her career-high 24 points in the second-to-last conference game against Chaffee. Aaliyah Wright is another former Oak Hills Lady Bulldog, as is fellow repeat all-conference selection Moriah Burley. Also an Oak Hills graduate, the 5'9" Moriah Burley led the Lady Rams in three-pointers, averaging 9 points a game. She is named second team All-Conference. Tania Johnson, 6'2", first-year Lady Ram out of San Bernardino's Cajon High School, led the conference in rebounds, 11.1 boards a game. A 55% shooter from the floor, Tania Johnson averaged a double-double, scoring 10 points a game to go with her 11 rebounds per game. Sophomore Angelia Tuimawaluga is the lone Lady Ram to be a part of both the 2024 and 2022 conference championship teams. The highly energetic 5'8" small forward could hit from beyond the arc or driving baseline with equal effectiveness. A former Hesperia Lady Scorpion, the 10 syllables in Angelia Tuimawaluga's name surely led the conference in that nomenclature distinction. All-conference honorable mention also received by Lexi Murphy, a fellow Lady Ram sophomore receiving that accolade. The 5'6" backcourt buzzsaw sliced through defenders and burned those who played off her at the three-point line, injecting unbridled energy into the offense. Her season-high 12 points came against Rio Hondo. Lexi Murphy played her high school ball, a Lady Cardinal, at San Bernardino High School. Natalie Galaviz gives us 3 first-year Lady Rams receiving all-conference recognition. The 6'1" inside force started 6 games, but more often became one of Coach Troy Hall's first off-the-bench players called on to provide instant offense and strength under the boards. Natalie Galaviz is a former Serrano Lady Diamondback. Troy Hall receives Coach of the Year honors for a second time in the past 3 seasons, as voted on by fellow coaches in the conference. Troy Hall guided the Lady Rams to the 2024 Conference Co-Championship, same as he did for the 2022 Conference Co-Champions. This Victor Valley College Sports Report is presented by the Bradco Companies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, the High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, ardent supporters of the team's athletes and sports programs at Victor Valley College. The Hesperia Scorpions' run for the state championship crashes to a sudden halt in a 1-point quarterfinal loss to University Cities. Jesse Martinez puts the Scorpions ahead 51-50 with 1:33 remaining in what should have been the game-winning basket, but they failed to protect or extend their lead through a gut-wrenching succession of turnovers and the missing of 3 of their final 4 free throw attempts, leaving the narrow list of windows open for the visitors to score on an out-of-bounds play that began with 3.5 seconds on the clock. The Scorpions did not foul the player receiving the inbounds pass as instructed to, and officials did not honor Coach Bobby Tossetti's pre-final play request for an immediate timeout if the Centurions were to score, leaving the Scorpions stunned in disbelief at the way their season comes to an end. The outcome derails Hesperia's outstanding end-of-the-season run that included 3 victories in the CIF Division III playoffs and a thrilling opening round triumph in the state tournament, after winning the Mojave River League Championship undefeated in league play. A season destined to be remembered for freshman sensation Josiah Williams' emergence as the Scorpions' latest in a long line of superstars destined for greatness. 4-year starter Jesse Martinez's remarkable recovery and return from a broken arm. The establishment of Mark Jones' status as team and Mojave River League Most Valuable Player. And the final year together for the brothers Newman Gomez, senior Anthony, and sophomore Nolan, consistent collaborators in and contributors to the team's 24 wins and recapturing of the Mojave River League crown. Each of the aforementioned has their standout moments in the quarterfinals contest. Mark Jones, the epitome of consistency, scoring here on the drive shot to the basket, hitting from the top of the key. Mark Jones, the lone Scorpion to score in double figures in each of the 6 playoff games. Josiah Williams' versatility on display. The first quarter three-pointer, the third quarter drive shot, a part of the run giving the Scorpions their biggest lead of the game. Anthony Newman Gomez with the 3, giving the Scorpions that biggest lead, 35-28, at the 5:20 mark in the third quarter. This three-pointer by the 6'3" senior gives Hesperia a 15-13 lead at the end of the first quarter. Anthony Newman Gomez, the team's leading three-point shooter on the season, closes out his career with 3 from behind the arc in his final game. This Nolan Newman Gomez 3 comes in the third quarter. The 6'5" sophomore will be counted on heavily next season to join Josiah Williams and Mark Jones in providing a Scorpions 1-2-3 scoring punch. Jesse Martinez was one final time a powerful inside presence, rewarding teammates for their assists by scoring underneath. This final basket of his Scorpion career would have been the game winner had the debilitating fate of this game not played out the way it did. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. Bid fast and last, world-class auctioneers. Valu, Quality Truck Bodies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, Conference and Convention Center for the Victor Valley. The Holiday Inn supports our area's teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Huffy River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Hesperia Scorpions 2020 CIF semifinals upset victory. 2017 Hesperia Christian Lady Patriots postseason highlights. Flashbacks to this date in High Desert CIF basketball playoffs history. Hesperia's dominant defense leads the Scorpions past highly favored Oxnard in the CIF semifinals, sending the Scorpions to the school's first CIF basketball championship game. Jonathan McCullough leads the way offensively with 25 points. Tony Singleton scores 18, 16 in the second half, while the Scorpions hold Oxnard 22 points below the Yellow Jackets' average 76 points per game. Here is how it all goes down. 6'4" senior Rashawn Burrell pulls down the rebound. Up court to Jonathan McCullough. Rashawn Burrell running the court, picks up the loose ball and scores his first of his very athletic and emphatic drive shots for the first points of the game. Jonathan McCullough's free throw, 3-2 Scorpions. First points off of turnovers, Jonathan McCullough steals and scores, 5-2. Jonathan McCullough sizes up the defense, specifically his Yellow Jackets man-to-man defender, and beats his man to the basket, 7-2, 3 minutes in. Scorpions defense at work. Blake Goodrow, the blocked shot. Then the 6'3" senior, the 3 from the corner, and Hesperia's lead is 6, 10-4, midway through the opening stanza, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jonathan McCullough, different man-to-man defender, somewhat same, path to the basket. This semifinals matchup is proving to be high school playoffs basketball at its exciting best. Played out before a standing room only crowd at the Scorpions Gymnasium, Oxnard comes in winners of 23 straight and number 5 team in Division IIA rankings. Hesperia entered the playoffs ranked 11th. Oxnard sinks a 3 with just under a minute to go before the half, and the visiting Yellow Jackets lead 27-26 at halftime. The first points of the second half come on Jonathan McCullough's free throw, tying the score at 27. Oxnard retaliates with a 3, only to have Jonathan McCullough respond with a 3 of his own, and we are tied again at 30. The Yellow Jackets come right back with 4 unanswered points, establishing their biggest lead of the game at 34-30. It is just about here and now that Tony Singleton really begins to take matters into his own hands. He admits to Daily Press scribe Jose Quintero that he has revenge on his mind. Hesperia did lose at Oxnard by 17 points in their third game of the season. Tony Singleton goes coast to coast. Scorpions within 2. We are exactly midway through quarter number 3. The Scorpions go on to outscore Oxnard 29-17 the rest of the way. The stake through the heart of the visiting Yellow Jackets is driven by Yashawn Burrell, who steals and delivers another athletic drive shot to end the third quarter. No question now that Hesperia is headed for the first CIF championship game in Scorpions basketball 25-year history. The final score, CIF title-bound Scorpions 66, Oxnard 54. The Hesperia Christian Lady Patriots, the last team standing among High Desert basketball teams in CIF postseason play. The Lady Patriots advanced to the Division 5 AA quarterfinals, hosting the St. Pius X St. Matthias Academy Lady Warriors out of Downey. Coach Sally Orlando's girls entered the postseason ranked 14th in CIF Division 5 AA. J.C. Vick is the lone senior on this year's team. J.C. Vick is the Lady Patriots' leading scorer on the season, averaging 16 points a game. 6'8" junior Jackie Kinua is one of the area's leading rebounders, averaging 12 rebounds a game. Jackie Kinua averages 12 points a game as well. Sophomore Ashley Olson, 13, is second in rebounds per game with 11. Fellow sophomore Jillian Dupree, 5, led the team in scoring in the quarterfinals loss to 6th-ranked St. Pius. Junior Skylar Ham, 44, joins Jillian Dupree, Ashley Olson, and Jackie Kinua as starters who will be returning next season. Bid fast and last. Sold on supporting High Desert sports. Bid fast and last. Liquidation of government entities, vehicles, firearms, estates, antiques, fine jewelry, coins, and more. Bid online at bidfastandlast.com.
Ready to kick tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
The Silverado Hawks continue to provide spectacular down-to-the-wire dramatics as the team advances in the postseason. No highlights more exciting than this thriller in the state regional quarterfinals. Markel Wright dials long distance and connects, saving the Hawks from elimination in what becomes Silverado's 72-67 overtime victory over San Diego. The Hawks rally from behind time and time again to stay alive, and heroes are numerous. This Kyrie Manning 3 sparks the team's rally after falling behind by 5 in overtime. This George Thanars free throw cuts San Diego's lead to 1. Then the 6'5 senior rebounds and scores to give Silverado their first lead in OT. Jalen Hartwell's drive to the basket needed to put the Hawks ahead to stay with 30 seconds to play. Clutch free throws by Kamai Keys and Jalen Hartwell put the game away and send Coach Michael Records' Hawks into the state regionals semifinals. San Diego and Silverado evenly matched adversaries, both teams' tallest starter 6'2". The visiting Cavers leading scorers their backcourt, same as Silverado. San Diego won the CIF San Diego Division III championship and enters this Southern California Division IV regionals quarterfinals with 23 victories in 31 games. The Cavers are San Diego City champions. Silverado was ranked number 1 in CIF 4AA polls from preseason to the end of regular season play, then dropped to a number 3 seed in the playoffs after losing twice to Adelanto for the Desert Sky League title. The Hawks, winners of 28 of 34 coming off a lopsided opening round win over Quartz Hill. Jalen Hartwell runs down the rebound, knocked away by Markel Wright. Up court to Kyrie Manning, to Markel Wright, to Jalen Hartwell, whose shot is blocked. He recovers, withstands the contact, and scores the first 2 points of the game. Jalen Hartwell, an outstanding run in the state regionals, 17 last game, 19 this night. Hawks perimeter passing against the Cavers zone defense. Markel Wright's drive draws 2 defenders. He sends it to Kamai Keys. It is 4-2. 10 points this night for Kamai Keys. Hawks pound the offensive board. Jalen Hartwell finally coming up with it. Up and in. 6-2 Silverado, 2 minutes in. San Diego scores 4 straight to tie it at 6. Anthony Austin tough to the hoop, and the Hawks back up 2, 8-6. San Diego also blew out their first-round opponent in the regional tourney, the Cavers jumping out to an 18-8 first-quarter lead against Valhalla Valley. They have tied the score at 8 here as a trading baskets sequence is underway midway through quarter number 1. Jalen Hartwell's third basket in the first 5 minutes puts the Hawks back up 10-8. The Jalen Hartwell drive shot, the final points of the first half. Silverado down by 5 heading to the locker room at halftime. The score is 32-27. Silverado major comeback number 1 starts midway through the third quarter. San Diego scores the first 4 points of the second half. Hawks trailing by 9. Kyrie Manning, another of his outside jumpers. 11 points this game for the 5'10 junior. Jalen Hartwell navigates the tough route back, driving through Cavers defenders to pull Silverado within 5, 38-33. Hawks defense, as always, spearheading the rally. Anthony Austin the steal. Jalen Hartwell hits the board and hits the follow-up. And Silverado has taken the lead, 39-38. Kamai Keys, the steal. The 6'2 senior is fouled driving to the basket. If he can convert, he will be the 6th Hawk to score in this rally. Kamai Keys hits the first, then the second, and it is 41-38. Markel Wright throws it right back into a tie, 57-57, with 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. 18 points this night for Markel Wright. San Diego scores 3 points on free throws, and the Cavers lead 60-57 with 20 seconds to play. What happens next is kind of like really exciting. Markel Wright inbounds to George Thenars, quickly to Jalen Hartwell. Hawks need a 3 or the season is over. George Thenars gets it to Markel Wright from way beyond the arc. We go to overtime. It was hardly anticlimactic following the shot heard round the regionals. Another come-from-behind effort is needed in the 4-minute overtime to stave off elimination. Silverado trails by 5 with a minute and a half to play when Kyrie Manning hits this 3 to ignite the Hawks' game-winning rally, pulling the Hawks within 2. This George Thenars free throw cuts San Diego's lead to 1. Then it is George Thenars rebounding at the San Diego end, getting it to Kyrie Manning, who crosses into the attacking zone, to Markel Wright, and it is George Thenars with the tip-in that gives the Hawks their first lead in overtime. 1 minute to play before one of these teams' season comes to an end. San Diego scores. It is 67-66. Cavers requiring one more heavy dose of Jalen Hartwell heroics to put the Hawks ahead to stay. It comes on the drive shot to the basket that makes it 68-67 with 30 seconds on the clock. Free throws by Kamai Keys and Jalen Hartwell put the game away and send the Silverado Hawks into the state regionals semifinals. Headline makers, seasons past, presented by Silverwood Master Plan the Community, the developers of Silverwood, building for the future, saluting headline makers of the past, recognizing and supporting our area's teams and athletes of today. When the Serrano Diamondbacks 2017 football season begins, it will be under a new head coach for the first time in 25 years. The Ray Michalczyk era of Serrano football has come to an end. After leading the program to its only CIF Southern Section title and 222 victories, the dean of high desert football coaches and the longest-serving coach of the Diamondbacks resigned. Michalczyk served as Serrano's head coach since the 1992 season and has been with the program since 1987. Michalczyk will be instrumental in the selection process to name his replacement. He still serves as the school's athletic director. Serrano advanced to the CIF Southern Section Eastern Division title games in both 2014 and 2015 and won the Mojave River League title in 2015. Serrano lost to La Serna in the first round of the Division III playoffs last year. In Michalczyk's 25 years with Serrano, the Diamondbacks won 16 MRL titles and made 6 trips to section title games. Michalczyk went 222-84 with 2 ties in his career. We flash back to favorite memories of the Ray Michalczyk era. The Serrano Diamondbacks get a magnificent performance from running back Jordan King, 288 yards and 3 touchdowns in the CIF Southern Section Eastern Division Championship game. Jordan King caps the 17-play drive with the plunge from a yard out. I defer to Daily Press cameraman David Pardo's extraordinary image. King, 11 carries on this drive alone. On a night he will carry an unbelievable 45 times. Austin Williams takes out the middle linebacker. 43 yards later, Serrano has extended its lead to 21-10. With that run, King has surpassed 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Sultan Sullivan scores 5 touchdowns to power Serrano past Palm Desert and into the CIF Finals. The Diamondbacks senior rushes for 357 yards, scoring on runs of 54, 44, 42, 38, and 23 yards. The blue-collar Diamondbacks are back in the CIF Finals, led by royalty. Last year, it was Jordan King. This year, Sultan Sullivan. It was as exciting a game as anyone could ask for, as disappointing a loss as it is for Serrano and Diamondbacks fans. 10 seasons prior, Coach Ray Michalczyk's Diamondbacks had defeated Palm Springs in the finals for Serrano's lone CIF football title. This is the 5th time a Ray Michalczyk Serrano team has played for the CIF Championship. Under Ray Michalczyk, Serrano not only established itself as a premier powerhouse football program, under his athletic directorship, the Diamondbacks cross-country runners, track and field teams, softball, baseball, and tennis teams are perennial MRL contenders. Apple Valley's Mossy Bell threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another as the East squad defeated their Antelope Valley counterparts, West squad, 20-14 in the CYAP High School Seniors All-Star Classic. The West team beat the East 16-13 in the small schools game. Jordan Campbell, the Adelanto Saints' all-time leading scorer, ends his high school career with a 20-point performance in the CIF quarterfinals loss to 29 Palms. The 6'3" Campbell scored 42 points in one game early this season, then broke that single-game scoring mark with 51 points in his final regular season home game. Jordan Campbell led the Saints to the school's first league championship in any sport as a junior in 2016 and was named Desert Sky League Most Valuable Player that year. Campbell averaged 29 points a game his senior season, leading Coach Steve Allen's Saints to their 2nd straight DSL title. Valu Quality Truck Bodies presents these high-performance flashbacks this date in High Desert, Mojave River Valley sports history. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, family-owned and operated locally since 1954. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, proudly showcasing teams, athletes, competitive activities, and community programs throughout our High Desert. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. Bid fast and last, world-class auctioneers. Valu, Quality Truck Bodies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn supports our area's teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs. That will wrap it up on this edition of your High Desert Sports Report. On behalf of Victor Valley TV and Video Sports Productions, thank you for watching. We hope you can be with us again next time around.